You say.
No, I don't want you say.
No, faster, you say.
Okay, never mind, we say together.
Welcome to SheSaid, let's talk.
Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of SheSaid. I'm Emma.
And I'm Chloe.
And in today's episode, we are going to be discussing, would you rather chase passion or stability in your career? And it's especially focused in Singapore, of course.
I think so.
Right.
I feel like chasing your passion is a privilege because of the cost of chasing your passion. So, I give some examples, okay? Last time when I was much younger, right, I think it's an Asian parents thing. They will send you for a lot of classes. A lot of classes to learn different things. Probably to figure out whether you got any interest or hobbies in anything. Yeah. So my mom sent me for hip hop class, ballet class, piano lesson. I think at a certain point in time, I picked up like another instrument also, but I was very young, so I forget already. And she told me that all of those, like each one interest group, right, cost like a couple $100 per month just for one weekly class. So it's really a lot of money, you know.
Yeah, I've been to like these kind of classes as well. I've tried like every instrument you can think of. I've even tried erhu before. And I'm just not musically inclined lah, clearly.
Same.
But I think my parents were also very like eager to figure out what's, you know, a hobby or like whatsoever. And I think they would rather I choose passion at the end of the day. You know, if you're really very passionate about playing erhu, right, then you know, and choose to play it lah. And I think chasing your passion is definitely a privilege. It's especially obvious when people come from a very rich family.
Yes.
Yeah, like, you know, when you just graduate and they suddenly started like a random business doing something really ridiculous.
Correct.
But they're passionate about it. But then most people like who are from like normal families, right, they will need to go and find a proper job that pays them. Yeah, so I feel like that is the most distinctive, like, oh, chasing your passion is actually a privilege.
I think also because of like the industry for things that stem from passion. Example like music, creative, media, dance, all of this, they don't excel or like they are not exactly booming in Singapore. So a lot of people who chase their passion will always have to look for opportunities out of Singapore. And those require you money also lah. It's not like you can fly to I don't know, like somewhere in the UK to study a certain instrument, right? Or not like you can just fly to China to learn guzheng and all this and everything. Yeah.
I think it is realistic, but that would also mean you have to suffer from poverty. Like if everyone really did what they love, right, I feel like maybe the people who actually do what they love might have money. But it's the fact that most people will go and choose stability and most people will go and like work in CBD and whatsoever, right, that there is no money really funding the like interest kind of careers.
Yeah.
So I think that's the issue when it comes to like, you get what I mean, this kind of pressure or like stability stuff.
I think so also. But I feel like it would be realistic because to a certain extent, it doesn't have to be a passion that makes you love it ma. I feel a lot of people grow into loving their career one. I mean, speaking for myself, I would say I grow into loving my career also. It's not like after time that I start to like hate my job more and more. Actually, I grow to like my job more and more. So I mean, when I chose it in the first place, I was very selective about it already lah. Yeah. But if let's say you really like music and everything, but you don't come from a very wealthy family that can afford to send you finish for all the classes, because when it comes to instruments, right, I mean I studied piano, so I know that you have to finish every single grade, go for every single exam before you can actually like call yourself a very good piano artist, right? And it doesn't really fit you also, because what are you gonna become, like a professional
you could teach
piano person, or you can teach piano, but it's not like they earn a lot either. So there has to be a sacrifice lah.
I know that if you're a really good like pianist, right, you could charge a very, very high amount to teach your students. And I know that, okay, I'm not sure in Singapore, but like in China there are some teachers, right, that are so good you might not even be able to be their student even if you have the money.
Yes.
They are very, very selective when it comes to their students. And I think it's only those people that earn a big amount. But what about someone who is normal but they also have this like talent?
Because you also have to get to where they are, you get what I mean? It's like a coach also, like a sports coach. You have to have some form of credentials before
Yeah.
people will be willing to pay you that amount of money to enroll their children under you, to learn it from you, right? And to get to where you are, to participate in those competitions, to get all the awards, the trophies and everything, there's a lot of like effort, but also a lot of money invested towards that and everything. Yeah, correct. Because a lot of competitions are held overseas, not in Singapore. So you also need to fly there to take part in this competition right? Yeah, so I feel in Singapore, right, like passion eventually burns out if it doesn't pay well.
Yeah.
Do you feel so?
Might not necessarily, but I feel like if your passion is not paying well, right, I would say you have bigger issues to worry about than to chase your passion. But I feel like really chasing your passion, right, it brings people like a purpose in life and whatsoever. But at the same time, there are a lot of things that could give you purpose in life, like keeping yourself fed, keeping your family living condition good. You get what I mean? There's a lot of things that could give you purpose. It doesn't always have to be playing the piano or like playing football.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so also. And when it comes to passion, right, I feel like this topic is very about like, either or. But I also know people that choose a stable career to fund their passion.
Yeah.
Which I think like that is the best case scenario already.
Yeah, but not everybody can really do that as well lah.
True.
Yeah, and I feel like a lot of passions, they really like eat a lot of money one. Yeah, but I would say obviously the best case scenario is you find the middle ground of like, you know, something that you like doing, but it also pays pretty well.
I think so also. Yeah, it's like a debate between like the money and fulfillment in life lah, because I mean some might say that passion is what keeps them going, you know. It's the purpose that they have in life, which is to pursue their passion.
I'll be rich and miserable lah. Which I don't think if you're really that rich, right, you will be miserable. If you're rich and miserable, that means you're not rich enough. Go and make more money.
Correct.
Like I think there's like, if we're being very, very realistic, right, you have to earn money first before you really go and consider like, oh, but I have this passion I really want to like, chase and whatsoever. Without money, you're gonna have a lot more issues than just having no purpose.
You have
money
bigger
is
problems.
Money is a very, very important thing in life. And if you're a mature human being, right, you need to understand that for you to go and chase your dreams, you have responsibilities. You need to make sure that you fulfill these responsibilities first.
Yeah, which is why I feel that passion is a privilege. Like chasing your passion is a privilege, because only when you are around a circumstance or in a situation where you don't have responsibilities that will require you to have stability, then you can chase your passion.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And to be fair, like, I really don't think anyone that is really rich enough to like, you get what I mean, are really miserable. You get what I mean? Like, I can understand like, okay, when you're really rich to that point and you don't feel like buying anything makes you happy anymore, and you feel like maybe on your journey of being rich as fuck, you lose like the people you love and whatsoever. But you can, now that you have money, you can go and find things that you like doing.
Yeah.
So I feel like people who are really rich enough, right, they are not going to be miserable one.
Yes, because I feel like stability can also give you fulfillment to a certain extent, and once you have already built up this financial stability, you can go ahead and do whatever you want already. Like when you have the cash flow and everything, you want to go and chase your passion, you want to like stop working and suddenly go and be a pianist, you can, because you have that
exactly.
Financial status already.
But the issue when it comes to this, right, is that people are only so driven in their 20s or like early 30s. They don't really, when they really earn enough money already, right, they don't want to go and like go out there and go and chase their dreams anymore, because they're so used to this stability already. And they don't have like that ambitious tiger inside them like that young people have anymore. That's why people always want to go and chase dreams, because they're still young.
Yeah.
No, I am a strong believer that if I want to chase my passions and I really want to like do something that I know is not going to pay well, I'm going to do it after I make money. And I know there's a chance that I might, you know, lose my drive and whatsoever, and it's just going to end up being a regret of my life. But I have responsibilities lah. Yeah, I'm not going to like, I'm not a very selfish person when it comes to this, where like, if I want to do something, I'm just going to like do it and don't care about everything else that is depending on me.
I think so. So I feel like chasing passion, right, is something that was influenced by other culture. You don't think so? Because from like this is just like random general knowledge. Don't quote me on this, but I think like when in like US or like the Western culture, their parents don't expect them to take care of them. And they
Yeah,
usually
yeah.
mone out when they turn
Yeah,
18 and
yeah.
whatnot. Then they can choose to do whatever they want in their life. They can choose not to study, can choose to be an entrepreneur, or they just like do whatever they want. And they really prioritize like having fun, doing what you love,
Yeah,
chasing your
yeah.
passion and whatnot.
I
But
feel like in Asian countries, that's not really like a normal
yeah,
thing.
it's
You
not
have like
normal.
to take care of your parents and whatsoever. And to be very honest, it's not just like the responsibility for me as well. It's like I feel like I have this stress to live up to a certain standard. So if I'm not going to hit that level, right, I feel like I wouldn't feel happy just because I'm doing what I love lah.
Right,
Yeah.
correct. Because I mean, after all, if doing what you love does put food on the table and settle all your responsibilities, that's the best case scenario. But if you have to choose either or to survive, right? I think most people would pick stability lah. Yeah, because going back to how Singapore is probably one of the most expensive countries to live in and everything.
Yeah.
Money is very important, and
Yeah.
in Asian culture, being filial is very important also. And being filial also would mean that you need to earn a lot of money. Not really a lot, but enough to not just support yourself, but also the family you're about to start and your existing family already.
Yeah, exactly.
So chasing passion in Singapore can be a little bit unrealistic, I would say.
And it's also because when people like really do chase their passion, right? Like what kind of responses do people give? You get what I mean? Like they will think like, oh, you're crazy lah. If you want to do this kind of thing in Singapore, you go and do somewhere else lah. Because the truth is Singapore is not very accepting when it comes to careers that are not very conventional. Like they think like careers that are standing out, and like careers that are just not the kind where you need to go to university and get a degree for. They feel like it's nothing.
They don't
They don't value this kind of like talent or whatsoever, a passion. Yeah, and that's a very realistic thing about Singapore lah, that money is a very, very important thing here.
It is a very it's like a status thing lah. People always ask you how much you're earning and everything, and when they hear that you are in the creative industry, they usually would just assume that you're not earning much. You get what I mean? Or they will just tell you, 没有前途 Yeah, you get what I mean? Like you have no future if you go down this path and everything.
Because to like a typical Singaporean's mind, right, 有前途 means there is a ladder to climb. You get what I mean? There is like a point you're supposed to reach. But when it comes to like these kind of creative things and things that are like it's just like you really need to depend on like your creativity, right? There is no ladder for you. You can like fly all over the place, and that's why people will think it's very unreliable.
Correct.
Which I understand as well lah, especially for like the older generations and whatsoever, right?
Yeah, correct. I mean, like what I said, there's only like a handful of people that actually manage to make money out of their passion. Because let's talk about somebody that's like very good at instruments, right? Even if you finish all the grades, you finish all the exams, right? The probability of you actually making a lot of money out of it is very low. Because like maybe there's like example 10,000 people that finish all the grades for piano, right? But there's only a handful that's getting paid more than average wage. And then the rest, what are they gonna do with that 9 exams that they took, right? Nine grades, right? Or is it 11? I think 9. But yeah. Then a lot of these people, eventually they also have to go back to normal corporate roles and everything, because there's actually a ladder for them to climb. Like when you enter a corporate role,
And you kind of see a purpose in it.
Yeah.
You kind of feel like there is, like people like to be guided sometimes. So when they see a ladder, it's easier for them to like know what to do, and they don't feel as lost. When you're in like a very creative like direction, right, you tend to get very lost because you're completely like independent.
There
There's
isn't
nothing
like
for you to,
a-
like, there's no rope for you to follow and whatsoever, right? You need to know what you need to do next.
Yeah.
Or when it's a ladder, you just climb the ladder.
There's
very,
no
like,
blueprint.
It's very robot. Which I've always said, I feel like Singapore system, right, like the education system and whatsoever, they are building robots. They're building everyone and like structuring everyone to like climb the ladder.
yeah,
Yeah.
correct. I think so also. But society is just like that. Or you'll always be judged for something.
Yeah.
Like in school, you're judged for your grades. And then after that, you're judged for like what you're interested in. And then after that, when you enter the working world, then you're judged for how much you're earning or what you're doing and everything. And there will always be certain positions and industries and roles and careers that are more looked down upon because people just automatically assume that it doesn't bring you anywhere, it doesn't earn much. Because example, you are like a sports coach, right? How much are you going to earn? Actually, do you charge by per class? Do you charge per month? Are you a PE teacher? Or like, you get what I mean? And there isn't really like if you teach more than 50 students, then your pay will be higher. You get what I
There's
mean?
no structure when it comes to this kind of things,
Yeah.
which scares people away from it. Which I kind of understand, but it's also like my biggest issue is that Singapore have like little to no acceptance for people with creativity and people who want to like do things that they like doing that might not need a degree for.
Correct.
Yeah, it's those kind of things.
But I feel like, I mean, we are Gen Zs now, right? As Gen Zs, I feel a lot of people making career decisions are choosing to go towards what they want to do also.
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, it's a new thing, I would say. But that also is because I feel like now there's internet and whatsoever. Like now we are pretty heavily affected by like Western cultures and people who actually don't have this kind of like social stereotypes when it comes to working corporate.
Yeah. Correct. I think so also. And because of the internet and everything, it does open up a lot of opportunities, and there start to be more and more demand for creatives also, because like now everything is online. Marketing also become online. You will need an editor, you will need a videographer, you need a photographer, and there's like music and everything going. It's also easy to go viral. Like nowadays, last time being a singer, you still need to fly overseas to go and participate in like singing competitions and eventually become like the sole winner, so that like you will actually have a company that wants to sponsor and sign you and let you release your albums and whatnot, right? But now if let's say you go viral on TikTok for a song that you write yourself, it's so easy for people to scout you already. Like a lot of companies also like they scout people also. It's like, oh, I saw this girl, she goes viral for all her covers, and then the company sign you, and it's much easier, accessible in a sense now as compared to in the past, right?
Which is why nowadays people choose passion way more and more. But the stigma is still there lah. I would say
correct,
like if
correct.
one day you just you know decide, okay, today I'm going to be, what's a really weird job that doesn't pay well? Okay, today I want to be a full-time painter.
Okay.
I'm gonna start selling my paintings.
Yeah.
But like then the first question that comes to people's mind is like, who is buying your paintings?
Right.
You know what I mean? Like, where is your money going to come from? If you're completely dependent on like your artsy and creativity side, right? Like, what if one day you don't have like the creativeness anymore? Like, you cannot think of what to paint anymore, and your paintings just like suck. Then what are you gonna do?
Yes. Actually, I'm a person that really like museums, right? But I am not afraid to admit that half the time I don't understand what the artist is drawing about.
Especially modern art nowadays.
And sometimes the art is very weird. Like it's either like dots or like vegetables.
No. Like now the modern art is very like abstract.
Oh yeah.
It's very abstract
And then there's
nowadays.
like 3D art also and everything, and I just I don't know how artists make money. You get what I mean?
No, okay.
Who's gonna buy your art?
Yeah, exactly. But like, I think there are people who really will buy art when you want. Like people who are like collectors, and you know maybe one day this artist is gonna go like super famous, right? And this piece of art is gonna be worth of like a lot of money. I mean, people who just really understand art will want to go and buy these kind of pieces.
Yeah.
Which is okay. But I'm just saying, like, my biggest issue is that some people, right, will not think about having a safety net at all.
Yes.
And they just jump straight into passion. Okay, the thing about it, right, is that you can be the kind of person who want to go and chase your passion. And you don't want to choose something that is just like stability and whatsoever. But you need to have a safety net.
I think so also. I agree with that, because eventually, right, if your passion don't pay well and you are just like paying straight out of your pocket for your expenses and everything, and you're not earning any money from your passion, you still need to put food on the table. You still got bills to pay and everything. You cannot just like
but I'm chasing my
passion
so,
full on.
Yeah, so tell your landlord, don't charge you rent lah. Cannot be what.
Yeah, bills still come. Things still need to be paid. You still need to eat. You still need to take care of the people around you and everything. You can't just say that like, because like I'm chasing my passion and my passion pays me like once every few months when I do get a chance and whatnot.
Yeah. And that's the thing, like I feel like especially for our like Gen Zs, right? I think because they're so affected by like whatever we are seeing on the internet, a lot of people like really choose to not finish school and whatsoever just to chase their passion. But here's the thing, like, is it really going to work out for you just because you
Right.
want it to? You get what I mean? That you need to have a safety net that, like, you know, if one day your passion is not going to work out anymore, you have something to fall back on. Like, you can go and work.
Yeah.
And people will be willing to pay you a certain amount.
I think so. So because if let's say you spend years chasing your passion and you're already in your late 20s, you can't just say, I want to go back to poly. You know what I mean?
Yeah, you
Like,
should prioritize, like, finishing school first, I would say. I think that's very, very important for a lot of people that are really just jumping straight into the bandwagon of chasing your dreams.
Yeah. I feel so also because
The dream is not going to run away lah.
yes.
Yeah.
You can be a 50 years old painter also. You
Yeah.
don't need to be a 20-year-old painter.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I feel like having a proper job, or let's say like a stable job, to fund your passion is the best middle point you can find
Yeah.
for between passion and stability, right? Yeah, because you can actually use the drive that you have for your passion to work so that you know your end goal is to take the money that you earn to invest back into your passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why.
I think that is like a very healthy mindset. I know friends that are like that and I really, really admire them because they spend like 18 hours a day, 12 hours to work, and then the remaining hours they put into their passion and everything. And I believe that hard work will be paid off and everything.
Yeah.
When we talk about long term, which one do you think like matters
Obviously,
more?
stability is more important. Like, I get that, like, you know, we're young and everything, and when you're young you have like this like lion inside of you that just wants to like jump out and go and like do things that you really feel very, very passionate for. But Singapore is just not a place for that lah. Like, it's firstly so expensive to live in Singapore. Secondly, like, you have responsibilities. Like, once
Yeah.
again, you need to be able to like keep yourself alive first. And I think if you're somebody that, you know, you have a lot of love for something that is not going to pay well, you should love yourself enough to know that you need to survive as well. And make sure that you can survive before you jump to doing something that you love.
I think so. So yeah, because like talking about long term, right? If you're not even able to like survive the first 3 years of chasing your passion, then you continue to chase your passion, you are literally falling more and more behind in terms of like comparing to your peers and in the society itself, because you literally spend so much time chasing your passion. I'm not saying that chasing your passion will not be fruitful and will not bear any fruits for you, but in the event it really doesn't. Because we are in Singapore, it's such a small country, there's very limited opportunities here and everything. You know what I mean? There are some people that like, go overseas to start afresh and everything. But not everybody make it out right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so at the end of the day, I guess to sum everything up, right? In Singapore, I feel you can have both.
You can.
You can.
Yeah.
You just need to know how to do it lor.
Yeah, and I think making sure that, you know, whatever you're doing is actually sustainable and not just delusion. I think that's very important. Like, don't be delusional about it. When it's not working out, know that it's not working out and just move on.
I think so also. I mean, this is something that was shared with me by a friend who was an entrepreneur, right? She told me that she never quit her full-time job until her business was making 6 figures.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
I feel
when
like-
she is like confident enough to say that I can drop my full-time job and go full on being an entrepreneur and a business owner, chasing her passion, right? Then that is when she will be able to lose her job, and she just continue working lah, as difficult as it is, cause like obviously if you have 2 jobs, like you have a
Your
legit
business,
job and
yeah.
then you have a business to run,
Yeah.
or if like you have a passion to put in the effort and time into, right? It is very difficult lah. It's gonna be very tiring lah for the first few years and whatnot. But if it's what it takes for you to actually have the spare cash on hand, the spare freedom and everything to chase your passion, then just do what you need to do lah. Yeah.
I think like people who really just chase their passion, I think those people are really very brave. But at the same time, don't do it to the extent where you're hurting yourself and, you know, you're not keeping yourself well fed. Yeah, like make sure that you're well taken care of first. I think that's the most important thing. No matter what, like, it's your life, your choice. No one is gonna judge you here, but you need to know what you're doing well. Know what you're jumping into. Don't just like jump head on into like something that is going to kill you.
I think most importantly is like don't put yourself in a situation that's unfavorable lah, where like you cannot feed yourself. Cannot feed yourself is like stage 1. stage 2 is when you start to become a liability to the people around you.
Yeah.
Then I think that's when you need to wake up because like I feel some people do become complacent if let's say their passion does pay off. But it cannot just like pay off one time, then you're like, oh, I earn like 5k from this job that I have that's like based on my passion. But this 5k is like 1 year once. Then some people do get complacent in that sense. Then it becomes a problem lah.
Yeah.
Because if let's say you become a liability to the ones around you, like not just are you starving yourself, you're starving the people around you also.
Yeah, and another thing, like, obviously don't be a leech. But then another thing is like, don't overuse like passion too much. You know what I mean? Like, if you're just lazy and you don't want to go and like get a proper job and whatsoever, right? And then you have to go and do something that is just easy, and then you call it a passion.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Correct. There is a line to draw lah between like passion and just
Simply being
trying
lazy.
to avoid
Yeah.
reality.
Yeah.
Because I feel for Gen Zs, right, we also like have the inertia of like entering the workforce
Yeah.
because
Like-
we're so used to like having fun and everything.
Yeah, exactly. Like
It's like
now
I can
influencer earn so much money and whatsoever, right? Like everyone, not everyone, but a lot of people try to be an influencer. And it's very easy to go viral and it's very easy to get sponsorships. But the thing is, like, how long are you going to stay relevant? That's one.
Yes.
If you're not going to get a degree, how long are you going to stay relevant? How long are people actually going to want to watch you? Secondly, is like, if you really do this, right, there are always going to be more and more and more people coming up. Are you really going to survive? Like, all the OG influencers, like, doing, like, Naomi Neo, Xiaxue, this kind, like, they are going to, how to say, like, at that point, there weren't that many influencers and whatsoever.
Yeah.
They are going to survive well.
Yeah.
But right now, right, there's like 500 influencers in Singapore already.
500 is understatement eh.
Yeah, exactly. You can
Yeah.
like everyone with like a little bit of follower is going to be called an influencer. Then what really is your value? What are you really bringing to the society?
Correct. And
Is this really like a career to you anymore?
Yes. Like last time being like a blogger is like very cool and everything.
Yeah.
And because when internet and digital marketing is slowly coming up, right, these OG influencers get paid a lot. But now that there's so much supply and demand
Yeah.
becomes limited, right?
Yeah.
Then everything becomes more less saturated.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Like that's one of the biggest reason why, like, even before I started doing, like, right before I started doing university, right, was when I was peaking for my social media stuff. But there was no way I was gonna like just drop my studies
Right.
or like not go for my degree, because to me it's like I don't feel like I am anything special in this line. And I need something else that I know I'm doing by myself. Like, I studied for years to get
Yes.
this qualification, and I know that wherever I go, I can bring this qualification with me.
Correct.
Yeah, and people will know like, oh, this is what you can do. But when it comes to like influencers, it's so like unreliable and it's so like unstable,
Yes.
and like it's just not something that you should really just jump into.
Correct.
And honestly, influencer very easy to be one. There's no way you need to be like a full-time influencer.
You just need a phone.
Yeah, but of course there are people who like really hardcore, very like busy with like their influencer stuff, so they might need to be like a full-time influencer. But it's just not for me.
I feel like having your qualification is your bread and butter.
Yeah.
You cannot not have it, It's what's going to put food on the table no matter what. Yeah. Anyways, moral of the story, right, is I feel that you can have both. You just need to know where is the balance of
Yeah,
it.
have a limit lah. Know your limit. Don't push too much.
Yeah, don't become like, don't go into debt because of like
Something that you love.
chasing your passion,
Yeah.
and then like spend the remaining years of your life trying to pay off the debt and everything. Like people that work in IT but actually passion is singing. Then he tell me he want to go be a live band singer. Then I say sure, go
Yeah,
go.
you can do all these kind of
Yeah,
things
yeah,
like
you
in your
can,
free
you can.
time, and when you have enough like money to actually jump into something that is not going to pay you for like
Correct.
a while.
When the amount you earn from passion overtakes the amount you can earn in a stable job, then go for passion. But before that, nowhere is the line lah. Yeah, that's all I want to say. Anything else you want to add on?
No.
Okay, that's all we have for you guys on this episode. If you like the video, remember to click the like button and then comment down below whether you think passion or stability matters more to you in your career. And if you got any interesting topics that you want us to talk about, also can write in the comments below. And then remember to click that subscribe button and the bell button so that you can get
Get
notified when we upload any new episodes, or just come back every Friday.
Yeah.
That's all we have for you. This is SheSaid Studio
Where we say what needs to be said
in our own ways. Bye bye.